Today I am going to tell a story about the shabby boy in the Charity Hostel. Now let's jump on to the story about the shabby boy whose name is Ravi. Ravi sat quietly in the last row of the classroom, his frail body wrapped in a tattered shirt with patches on the front. His trousers were equally worn out, their fabric thinning at the knees. He kept his head low, hoping no one would notice the missing buttons on his shirt or the frayed edges of the sleeves. The other children, dressed in neat and clean uniform, chatted among themselves, their polished shoes tapping lightly against the floor. The contrast between them and Ravi was stark. Yet no one seemed to care except for one person. Mrs. Meera, the English teacher, was known for her elegance. She was always impeccably dressed, but beyond her appearance, she possessed something rare, a compassionate heart. Today, however, she felt disturbed. Every time she looked at Ravi, her conscience pricked her. After class, she called Ravi aside and told, Ravi, why do you always wear the same clothes? They are so worn out. Doesn't your hostel provide you with new ones? Ravi hesitated, shifting uncomfortably. Madam, the charity that sponsors me usually sends money for books and clothes every year. But this time no money has come. The hostel manages my food and school fees, but they don't have extra funds for clothes. His voice was steady, but his eyes revealed his pain. Mrs. Meera felt a lump in her throat. She knew the world was unfair, but to see a child suffer like this right in front of her was unbearable. She thought about how society paraded wealth in expensive clothes, jewelry, and luxurious lifestyles while ignoring children like Ravi, who didn't even have decent clothes to wear to school. That night she couldn't sleep. Her own wardrobe was full of expensive saris, yet here was a child who lacked even basic clothing. Her conscience didn't let her rest. The next morning, instead of shopping for another elegant dress for herself, she visited a store and bought a set of neatly pressed uniforms, socks, and a pair of sturdy shoes. The following day, she called Ravi to the staff room and handed him the package. These are for you, Ravi. From now on, come to school with confidence. The boy's hand trembled as he unwrapped the package. His eyes welled up with tears. Thank you, ma'am, he whispered, unable to say more. That day, for the first time in a long while, Mrs. Meera felt true happiness, not from admiring her reflection in the mirror, but from knowing that she had restored dignity to a child who had nothing but dreams and hope. If you're watching me for the first time, I'm Sheetal. I'm a trainer, coach, and a storyteller. I help people transform their lives using powerful techniques like Ho'oponopono, NLP, and healing stories. Do follow me at Sheetal's Magic on YouTube for more updates.